Alright people, it's time to change the coolant on the Ducati 1098. This is currently how it's set up. Fairings are removed. In order to get to the radiator cap, you do need to remove your front fairing, and then you can unscrew this for your air intake and you can lift it, and this will allow you to remove your cap. This is your overfill reservoir. Remove the cap of that, remove the cap of this. And then here is your drain plug for your coolant, this little black one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drain it out. I'm going to pop this off to drain it out completely. You can see that the drain part of it is here, which means this much of it is going to be still have coolant. So what we're going to do is we're going to flush it with deionized distilled water to get that old coolant out. One of the big reasons why I'm flushing it today, you kind of see the antifreeze is starting to break down. It's starting to chunk up. You can see it kind of on this area there. And I'm pretty sure this coolant is over 2 years old. You should change your coolant every 2 years, regardless of miles. Coolant does go bad even if it's just chilling. But it starts to break down, especially when you live in colder places where you really need that antifreeze to work. You don't want your crankcase to explode because it's frozen. I live in Arizona, so I don't really have to worry about that. Desmo Quattro's service manual does recommend engine ice. So, engine ice right here. It needs 2.75 liters, so 2 of these half-gallon jugs would do it. And this is my distilled water. Bam, bam. We get to work. Alright. Never do this when your bike is hot because it's going to burn you. Here it comes. Not as dramatic as I was expecting. Oh. Unscrew that, move it out of the way, and we can open this guy, I think. Going to begin to flush it with distilled water. I'm going to put this on temporarily. I'm going to fill it back up with distilled water, and I want to kind of fill it all the way up so the residue on here can be removed when I fill it all the way up. And then I'm going to open it again. That's the water I filled in there. flush the overfill reservoir, which is this guy here. It's not easy to remove, so I'm gonna use a suction. I'm gonna suck it out, and I'm gonna drain it out into the container. Now we'll go ahead and put everything back together. Alright, the next step is, after you filled it up, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt because it takes a long time because of the air bubbles. So I recommend actually putting it on its kickstand and then filling it up. For some reason, when it's at an angle, the bubbles come out faster. So put it on its kickstand, fill this up to the top, and then fill your reservoir to the max, and then turn the bike on and let it run for 10 minutes or until it hits 110 degrees Celsius, which is roughly 230 degrees Fahrenheit. And by then the coolant should have circulated through, and after that you let the bike cool down. And then once you run the bike up to temperature, you'll notice that there'll be a little bit of air pocket in here after the fluid has circulated. Go ahead and top it off, and that's it. Cap everything back off, put your fairings on, and then you're good to go.